All right, so let's check out some work is exhausting clips on TikTok. I know, I know. Let's check it out though, because it is true.
You've been showing up to work with anxiety in your chest. I need you to hear this. You smile, you do your job, you act like everything is fine. But inside, you're tense all day, waiting for something to happen. That's not weakness. That's your body responding to uncertainty. And I don't want you ignoring that anymore because you deserve peace, not just a paycheck. And sometimes the goal is not just to survive the job, but to recognize when it's costing you too much mentally. If you understand this, comment.
I think she made a good point, man. It's like, dude, we show up to work, man, and everything is just exhausting, and like, at what point do you know you just think, man, what am I doing? And then you walk around with all this tense anger all day, and it just ruins everything. And I mean, I know we have to work somewhat, I don't really believe in that necessarily, but it's just like work takes more and more out of you, and I just don't get it.
I don't want to be alive anymore. And I understand that that's a very, very heavy sentence. And no, that does not mean that I'm trying to end my life. That does not mean that I have any plans or intentions to end my life, because I don't. But I would be lying to myself by saying that I want to be alive, because I don't. Being alive is expensive, and I feel like I'm finding myself questioning often, what is the point of being alive if I can't afford to live, period. I got the red notice on my door yesterday, and it has really brought forward this, I don't know, this like sense of heaviness, this breakdown that I've been having all week, especially because this weekend is one of my busiest weeks for work. I go to two out of my 3 jobs today. Not today, but this weekend. I work overnight today, and then tomorrow morning I'll come home, get a couple hours of sleep. I'll go to one of my jobs, and then once I clock out of that job, I'll be going straight to another overnight shift. And then on Monday and Tuesday, I'm just working all morning. I know that makes no fucking sense. Or like, I'm sorry if that's like confusing as fuck. It's just like a whole lot of work and a whole lot of hours. And like, I hardly want to go because it's like so clear that like I can't even obviously like cover my fucking necessities. And I don't even know what to say like right now at this stage. Somehow by Monday, I gotta pay $1,918.80. And it would take a literal miracle for me to get
I
that.
think that she makes a lot of good points. It's a system where you can't win, you know? And I think that's the problem. It's like, it's not supposed to be just work, and then they raise the rents on you, and this isn't sustainable, man. Something's wrong here. And nobody should have to work more than one job. Everybody's got some side hustle they're doing now. And you just wonder, what are we doing, man? It's like, why are we working so much, man? And then once they get you on this rabbit hole, then they start doing layoffs or something. So it's just a system where nobody can win. And at the end of the day, it's like, what is the point, man?
Like yourself anymore after work. And nobody really talks about it. You come home tired, but it's not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional. You're drained from dealing with people, drained from the pressure, drained for constantly being on. And by the time you get home, you don't even feel like doing anything you enjoy. You don't want to talk, You don't want to go out. You don't even feel like yourself. And then when the weekend comes, instead of being excited, you're trying to recover. But that's not normal. That's what happens when your job takes more from you than what it actually gives. Because work isn't just work anymore. It follows you home. It sits on your mind. It affects your mood. It changes how you show up to your personal life. And slowly, you start losing pieces of yourself. But let me say this clearly. A job should never take so much from you that at the end, there's nothing left for you. Now I need to know, have you been feeling like this
I
after
think
work?
we all have.
Comment.
Like, you know, dude, it's just like you can't get away from it. You get home and it's on your mind, and you know you gotta deal with that person the next day. Then you wait until Friday, and then you gotta do stuff, and then you gotta call out because the other things or obligations are only open. It's just I had to go to the get a new license plate for Tennessee, and thank goodness it was actually not that bad. But at the same time, I had to leave work early, so it's like a hidden tax, and then you just gotta. Everything is a grind, and then they add more stuff to make it even more exhausting. But nothing is set up for workers. And I feel like they have some vendetta against us somewhat, you know. But you come home, you're drained, you still got obligations. Everything costs money. So you just wonder, where are we at now, you know? What are we doing? I totally agree. You are FU moment in your job. I swear I've been there. We've all been there. Let's hear what this guy's got to say, man. I feel like he's gonna say something pretty solid.
So I've kind of been debating whether we should even have this conversation, but every burned out professional eventually has a serious fuck you moment in their career. And a lot of times your body wakes up before your brain does. You've either been there, you're in it right now, or it's coming. It's that moment where something inside you says, I cannot keep living like this anymore. The exhaustion, the anxiety, the Sunday dread, the mornings where you wake up already feeling behind, the short temper, the brain fog, the feeling that your life is slowly being drained for you by something you used to convince yourself was just part of being responsible. And your body knows long before you admit it that this pace is not sustainable. But you keep pushing, you keep coping, you keep surviving. You keep saying, it's fine. I'm just tired. It'll get better. I just need to make it to the weekend. Until one day, all those little band-aids stop working. The coffee doesn't fix it. The vacation doesn't fix it. The raise doesn't fix it. The just be grateful for it speech doesn't fix it. And if you're feeling that shift right now, I need you to understand something. That might not be a breakdown. It might be a breakthrough. It might be the moment your old life finally stops being able to hold the person you're becoming hostage. Maybe this is the end of a chapter in a career, a routine, or a version of you that no longer fits. But it is not the end of you. It might actually be the beginning of you finally choosing a path that feels aligned with who you are now. A path with more meaning, more purpose, more control, more room to breathe. Because sometimes your fuck you moment isn't a sign that you're falling apart. It's the first sign that you're finally
I
waking
agree,
up.
man, dude. Sometimes, dude, you just can't take any more of that nonsense, man. People can only take so much before they themselves, you know, go crazy, man, or just stop believing. You know, it was okay before, but things are really changing. It's like they're just trying to stop us from doing anything.
One of the biggest mistakes I see people make in just work life is, one, they think their boss is actually smart. No, your boss probably knew somebody. That is why they're in the job. All right. Two, they've never worked in your role, so they have no clue how to do your job. You can literally tell them anything and they will believe that shit. Because again, they don't even know their job. Most likely, they knew somebody, and that's why they are your boss. All right. Third thing, do not try to work 110%. Most likely, you got some bum ass motherfucker who just off in the cut, lazy as hell, ain't working as hard as you. all you're going to get at max is a 3% raise. That's all they're giving you. Trying to go over and beyond, just meet the requirement. All right. Fourth, in the words of Marshawn Lynch, you got to protect your mental. It ain't that deep. We're not sending people to the moon. You're not cutting nobody open. You're not a doctor. I know some people at the job like to make the job seem bigger than what it is because maybe they were a loser in high school. But look, it's just a job. You can get another one. All right?
I think that's a good point too, you know. A lot of the times these people don't know, you know, they're just nepotism, you know. It's a lot of fake jobs and cushy, you know, just for, you know, it's like, let me hire this guy because he's my friend and we'll give him an easy position, even though it's not supposed to be easy, but it makes you wonder, you know. And I have stopped going above and beyond the jobs too, man, because it's just ridiculous, man. You can't just sit there and do all this work and you're not even getting compensated correctly, you know. And if you're lucky, you get a 3% raise. They don't really give raises. Some places do, I'll be honest, but it's still not enough, you know. It's just a lot of wasted time, I feel like.
Who else is feeling so burnt out at work? I just find myself like staring off into space and I can't think clearly. It takes me 2 to 3 times as long to get anything done. I go to work every single day exhausted, even if I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I just feel this heaviness. Yesterday was by far the worst because I was getting so many things mixed up. I was forgetting things. I couldn't keep anything organized yesterday. It was awful. I've also been talking to people across different industries and everyone is just feeling this heavy sense of just this heaviness. Like, I don't even know how to describe it because I can't think. I'm trying to take breaks. I'm going on walks. I'm going to the gym. I'm eating healthy. But after work, I have even less energy. And the thought of doing all those things makes me even more tired and more sad. Like, I don't even know. I've tried to take days off, but I feel like it's a lose-lose situation because either I take a day off, but then when I come back to work, it's more effort for me to try and figure out what I missed. But if I don't take a day off, then I just keep going through the motions. So like,
We're all burnt out, man. None of this makes any sense. We're just going through the motions, trying to get through the day. But how long can we do that, you know? How long can we go throughout the day and just forget about it? I don't think we have too much longer because they can't keep this up, man. This is like, they're gonna start like something very serious. Hopefully they finally do the right thing, but it's so crazy that this system is built like this. They beat you down and then the last moment they come in and they help you a little bit. It's like, all right, get up, man. It's ridiculous. I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. Have a good one, man. Peace out.